Hello and welcome to another episode of DeeTV, episode 2. I'm your host Cal Walley and I'm very excited this week. I've managed to nail the big fish, the big jerk himself, Earl Spalding. Thanks for joining us.
No worries, Cal. I'm a bit disappointed it wasn't episode 1.
Episode 1? Yeah, no, because we've got you've got your serious, he's got his angry pills on, or he's taking his angry pills at the moment. You never know when he's going to snap, and that's what I was really concerned about. So we thought episode 2. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Yeah, all right. So, good start here. This is exciting. I'm getting a bit of back and forth from the Duke. All right, mate. 5 weeks into pre-season. How's things going so far? How are you seeing things?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? Content?
Reasonably, yeah. We're trying new things with our ball movement, and that's taken time, but yeah, to be expected. So.
We've got a lot of young boys coming up, as we have the last few years. Have you seen their performance so far?
Well, they're progressing pretty well, they're training pretty well, so yeah, we don't expect them to be superstars overnight, but I think in time they'll develop well and be good players for the club going forward.
I noticed, especially looking back over the last 2 years, there's been a heavy emphasis on ball movement already. Is that something you're going to look to keep hammering us, and so it's sort of imprinted in all the young boys' brains going into the next season?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I think that's where we probably let ourselves down a bit. Numbers suggest we got enough of the ball, we just fell down in certain areas, and yeah, we've got to keep improving that, and obviously our defence as well.
So I did mention angry pills, because I think you have been yelling a fair bit lately. Is that because...
I lost my voice, Carl.
Yeah, you did lose your voice, you lost his voice. Now I'm trying to work out, is that because I think one of your gags has hit the mark this pre-season so far, or is it because we're not moving the ball properly?
Now, when you say one of them's hit the mark, is that with yourself or across the...
Well, that's the thing. I remember giving you a sympathy laugh because there was dead silence. I think with a young group, they're still trying to get your eye in there, yeah.
It is a tough group, and I'm working on that myself. But, once it turned 50, yeah, you tend to get grumpier quicker.
Yeah, okay. Because you're 51 now, aren't you?
That's right.
Yeah, I just want to make sure of that. I am very thorough. Now, for those at home, I've been a Carlton supporter since I was, I think, this big. You were a 95 premiership player, were you not, Duke?
That's right, Kelly. You've done some research.
I've got the video at home. Yeah. I know that grand final at the back of my hand. So what concerns me, that's a team that's full of your Sticks Kernahans, your Craig Bradleys, all your big dogs, your Greg Diesel Williams, all right? You played your role. Is that a fair call? Played your role?
I'd like to think so.
I think we got footage of the 95 grand final. One of my favourite moments, and it's something I look up to you both literally and figuratively. The big Duke comes across with a massive smother. I think it was Peter Riccardi. Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Peter Riccardi. Gather, kick the goal, pivotal moment in the game. What concerns me, you just gave it one of these little fist bumps. Can you talk me through that celebration?
Old school. Yeah, we didn't over-celebrate back in the day.
Okay, so what concerns me is you lead the D's to the first final series in the best part of 20 years. Is that all we're going to get? Or maybe can you give it a double fist pump, or maybe a couple of dabs?
I think you'll probably have me covered with your celebrations, hopefully.
So does that mean I'll be playing?
Well, it's up to you.
All right. Honestly, as far as 2017s are concerned, what are realistic goals for the Perth Demons next year?
I think we just keep them pretty simple, keep improving individually, and hopefully collectively that'll mean we'll be a lot better as a team. Where that looks at the end of the season, we'll worry about that when it happens, I think. I think if we look too far ahead, as we saw last year, keep tripping up. So let's just work on one day at a time. And every session we do, as I keep saying, we need to work on improving something. And I'm really buoyed and confident about what the future holds. Whether that's this year or next year, I'm not too sure. I know everyone's pretty keen for it to be this year. But we'll just have to wait and see.
That's it. It's really exciting times. One more hard question before you go. What are your plans for Cal Walley in 2017? I
don't know. I think Cal Walley's... is it okay if I'm talking to third person?
Yeah, do it, mate.
I think Cal Walley's pretty keen to get up the ground a bit. We'll just have to see how that looks. He hasn't been known to be fantastic around structure before, but... he probably hasn't been asked to do that necessarily a lot, so we'll just see how we can cope with that. Obviously, Praddy taking over the mids, you've got a bit of work to do to convince him.
That hurts a little bit.
Yeah, and you don't want to chop off any other options, mate. You don't want to sort of chop off any option forward, limiting those.
You've been good, Duke. All right, so Okay, can I just say thank you for joining us? Can I give you
worries,
a
Cal.
all right? I really appreciate it. I know. I think we've run out of time. We were meant to have Tendai Mazunga on today's show, but we'll try and fit him in next week. All right.
So, hang on. So I wasn't going to be in the second show either.
No, that's my gag, mate. I'm trying to be funny. You cut me off.
Sorry.
That was hilarious. But anyway, thanks for joining us for another episode of DeeTV. I'm Cal Walley. Look after yourself.